As you know, your iPhone or iPod Touch comes with a number of preloaded applications, and whether you want them or not, you're stuck with them because they can't be removed. So you might as well get to know them. We've already looked at many of the preloaded apps in earlier movies, and in this chapter we're going to take a look at a couple of apps that didn't really fit in anywhere else. This isn't to say that these apps are worthless, far from it, but they're so individual in their purposes and uses that it made sense to just put them together into one chapter. Now I also have to mention that the apps in this chapter only appear on the iPhone and iPod Touch. For some reason, Apple has chosen not to include these particular apps on the iPad. The first one I'd like to look at is called Passbook. These days, so many aspects of our lives include barcodes, from airplane tickets to movie passes to coffee shop cards to drugstore membership cards and more. You may have reached the point where you're carrying half a dozen or so plastic cards on your keychain or wallet. So the idea behind Passbook is to let you store these items on your phone, which you can then easily access and scan when you need them. The only requirement is that you have an iCloud account and that is turned on your phone. So for example, I'll open up Passbook. And here's a boarding pass I recently used on a flight. This and my ID was all I needed to get onto my flight. I didn't have to print out a paper ticket at home or even stop at the ticket counter when I got to the airport. I just scanned my iPhone at the security checkpoint and at the gate, and that was it. Notice the pass includes information about which gate my flight was departing from, the flight number, my seat, and so on. It even includes the boarding time, which I found to be pretty accurate. And this information is regularly updated, so I always have the current info. So how do you get a pass into Passbook? There are two main ways. As long as a company is supporting Passbook passes, and more are all the time, you can either visit the company's website on your phone or through their app if they have one. For example, I have a plastic Starbucks card I use when I get coffee, but I've also installed the free Starbucks app on my iPhone. Now, this process is going to vary from app to app, but here I'll tap Manage, and one of the options here is Add Card to Passbook. And with this particular app, you can even enter your favorite or most frequently used Starbucks locations, and a shortcut to your pass will show up on your phone's lock screen when your phone detects that you're near one of those locations. I'll just skip that for now. Again, it's telling me how to add favorites. I'll say, okay, I got it. So that's what my pass is going to look like in Passbook. I'll tap Add in the upper right-hand corner. And now I've just freed myself of another piece of plastic in my wallet. When I go to Starbucks, I can just open up Passbook and scan my phone to pay. You can see my Starbucks card down there. I'll just tap it. And there it is. Let me show you a few other things. Each pass has a little info button in the lower right-hand corner you can tap. What you see will vary depending on the pass you're working with. In the case of the Starbucks pass, I can launch the Starbucks app from here by tapping Open, and I can turn automatic updates on or off. I'm going to leave that on so the balance on my card remains up to date. On the back of my boarding pass, I can also launch the United app, I can turn updates on and off, and I also have the option of showing the pass on the lock screen. With that option turned on the day I'm traveling, I'll see a notification on my lock screen I can use to quickly access the pass just by sliding across the alert, rather than having to unlock my phone, open Passbook, and bring up the right pass. It makes it very convenient to get to my boarding pass this way. You can also drag down on any pass here to update it manually. I do this to make sure there haven't been any time or gate changes to my flights. Now, I don't really need this boarding pass anymore, so I can remove it from my Passbook by tapping Delete. And once I confirm that, the pass is deleted. Now, you may be wondering how to find out what apps support Passbook. The easiest way to find them is from this Passbook card right here. Down at the bottom, you can tap Apps for Passbook. That takes you to the App Store app, and here you can scroll through and browse the ever-growing list of apps that support Passbook. Just like any other app on the store, you can tap it for more information. And you can tap the Free button, and I think all the Passbook apps are currently free, to download and install the app. Also, your favorite store or service might support Passbook through their website if they haven't released an app. For example, I can go out to my browser and go to coupons.com. And here I see a Passbook option, and I can tap Get Coupons. That shows me the currently available coupons for various stores. If I see any that I might want to use, I just tap Add to Passbook. Then I tap Add. And just like that, I have my coupon in Passbook. In addition to that, Passbook also supports the ability to scan QR codes and add passes that way. Let's bring up this Passbook card again. Now for this example, I just did a Google search on my laptop for QR code Passbook. I found a code to scan, so I'll tap Scan Code. This is me just scanning on my laptop. There's a QR code right there. Passbook recognizes it right away, and now it says downloading. And just like that, I now have a coupon for Subway in my Passbook. Now, this scanner option will only work with QR codes that have been designed for Passbook. Notice, for example, if I try to scan another random code I just found on Google, I get this message telling me you can only scan passes into Passbook. Just cancel out of there. So scanning into Passbook only works for codes created specifically for Passbook. In any case, as time goes on, more and more places are continuing to support Passbook. So if you're tired of carrying around a bunch of cards, be sure to browse around the App Store to see if you can move them to your iPhone or iPod Touch. Oh, and by the way, if you have multiple devices like both an iPhone and an iPod Touch, as long as you're using the same iCloud account on each device, you can go to Settings, iCloud, and here make sure that Passbook is turned on. That way all of your passes will be synced between your devices. So that's Passbook for iOS 7 on the iPhone and iPod Touch.